I didn't play Deadly Premonition like I said I would. Sorry. Hey guys, welcome to The Bear's Den. My name is codename Big Brother Stuart, if you want to call me by my first name. So today we're going to be covering 3 games, mainly because, well, I forgot to play the game that I said I was going to play. I said I forgot, I just chose not to because I got obsessed with a different game. Now don't worry, I have played the game before, I've completed it before, and I will be able to talk about it a bit more, but the 3 games we're going to be talking about today are Trials of Mana, again, sorry, Deadly Premonition, because I have played this game, and Retro Mania Wrestling. It's a game that isn't even out yet, but I'm just going to tell you about it because I'm very, very excited. But before we do that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because, well, it really helps us out, guys. You know, if you've watched more than one of our videos this week, subscribe, ring the notification bell, put a comment below, let us know what you want us to do to improve as best as we can. We have hundreds and hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel, we have our website, all the links are down below. But anyway, back to our usual programming. So, as I said, I didn't play Deadly Premonition last week. Well, I did a little bit, but only just to get a few things here and there for the Switch version. But I was actually kind of still playing Trials of Mana. When I last spoke about this game, I had only got 5 hours in. I am now 70 plus hours into this game, and I've done a full playthrough. I've done the epilogue. I've started New Game Plus. There's loads of stuff to do. That's just with the first 3 characters I've dealt with as well, and I've still got 3 other characters to deal with, 3 other endings, plus other bits and bobs of different story details throughout that I haven't seen. This game is just flipping huge for a relatively short story playthrough, I suppose. The music in the game, as I said before, is actually just, well, I don't think I said it before, I said I wasn't listening to it all that much, but the music is really lovely, and it gets stuck in your head like no, it's nothing else. It's just been in there all week, and probably because I've been playing the game all week. No, it's just a really amazing game. My score, if I give it an 8 last time, that's gone up to a 9. If I give it a 9, it's staying at a 9. Because it's really amazing, and you've got to play it. It's on all major platforms, I believe. I believe it's on Xbox, PS4, and Switch. I could be very wrong about the Xbox. It'll be on the screen if I am. It was a game that I was supposed to be playing this week, and that is Deadly Premonition. Now, before I'm going to talk about the game properly, I just want to talk about the Switch case, the box that you get with it. It's flipping awesome. So you get your standard case, which, you know, as you would get, comes with a little like postcard in there, a couple of postcards with some concept art. Let's just show you those. And nothing much to brag about, but the main thing that I really like about this box set here is my favourite piece, the box of enamel pins. I love me some enamel pins. I tend to never wear them. They tend to be just on a pinboard or just kind of scattered about the house. I really love them. I don't know why I don't use them all that often, mainly because I'm afraid to lose them. But these I would never put on anything. These are just going to be on display forever. But these are really cool. If I just show you this. I mean, look how cool they are. You got FK in the coffee. You got Sinner's sandwiches. I'm talking about Zach. You got the killer right there, the Raincoat Killer, Emily, and then you've even got the creator of the game saying he loves you, which is pretty fantastic. Those really nice, really big enamel pins, and definitely worth looking into. But the game itself, so the game came out on the Xbox 360 and PS3 years and years ago, and it didn't do amazingly well, but it did get a proper cult following. The game is basically, you're playing Francis York Morgan, who has been on the case of a particular killer for a long time, at least seemingly within game, and he gets to Greenvale, not Greendale, not this, Greenvale. And Greenvale is just full of quirky awkward characters, maybe because it's a small town in Middle America, I'm assuming. I don't know if that's the case. I've never been to Middle America. I've only been to Florida 6, 7 times. There's a murder going on, something ritualistic happened. York Morgan actually he sees this and he puts 2 and 2 together and thinks, well, that's something I'm going to go do. So he drives into Greenvale, has a crash, ends up finding some demons, and realizes a lot of stuff weird is going on, but it doesn't matter because he's a flipping Fruit Loop. He's absolutely insane. Throughout this entire game, even right at the beginning, he is talking to a character known as Zach, which is just a character in his head. But he will be there right in front of people, so you can have policeman here, he will tell you something, and then Morgan will just go, what's that, Zach? Blah, 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 blah. And he'll start talking about anything. You'll be driving down the road, and he'll start talking about an old horror film that he's never seen, and how it reminds me of Tremors, and how Tremors is great. In fact, I think I've recorded it. Here's just the clip.
Do you remember that one, Zach? Back in '83, directed by Douglas McKenna. Right, it was filmed pretty cheap, but still it was pretty good. Monster design with the mouth crammed full of teeth. I loved it. So many delicious B-movie cliches. Did you know that they made a sequel? But I never got to see the sequel. The rental store didn't have it for some reason. They said the staff for the sequel was totally different from the original. I wonder how the sequel turned out. You know, the monster right now won't respond to the sound. Wait, Zach. Sounds a lot like the movie Tremors. I think that one was back in '89, directed by Ron Underwood. That was a great role for Kevin Bacon. Masterpiece. Zach, that one had sequels like crazy. I remember there was a 4th one. I've only seen the first one, though.
And you haven't do a study on like Tom and Jerry as well, right at the beginning of the game, and right at the beginning. But the game controls awkwardly. It controls like a PS2 game as you'd expect. You have to hold right trigger, you have to press like A to shoot. It's not just that, I think it's like you hold left trigger and you right trigger to shoot, or R1 to shoot. It's really awkward. Instead of just kind of, aiming and shooting like you would do in any other game, it's just a bit clunky. The graphics of this game are pretty ugly, especially considering games that are out these days. And then you've also got just the animations. Animations are kind of a bit odd as well. Everyone kind of does this and moves about a bit and always has to do something weird. At one point you're speaking to the police chief and he's just doing squats in his room. He doesn't care that you're there at all, just doing squats, and then he's lifting dumbbells, no problem. Kind of dumbbells like the John Cena at WrestleMania thing. He's doing that. But yeah, that's a few negatives about this game. There's quite a bit of emptiness when it comes to the open world area. You can go fishing, you can do a couple of things, you can go to the gas station, you can meet other people, you can talk to people, you kind of gather this information about this town as much as you can. Drive around doing that as well. The driving is a bit awkward. It was far worse on the 360 though. Every time I played it on the 360, I would be dragged to the left constantly. I had to constantly compensate for it. I thought that was my controllers. Turns out, no, it was just the game. But with the Switch version, that's fixed. It's brilliant. The driving's still awful, but yeah, it's fine. Now, obviously, I'm putting this game down quite a lot. I'm saying a lot of bad things about this. Oh, it's doing this, it's done that, blah, 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 blah. But the game, for me, it's brilliant. I love it. The script is amazing. The characters are fantastic. The story of the whole ritualistic murder and the raincoat killer is just really, really cool. Yeah, the fact that it's aping Twin Peaks like no tomorrow, and Swery himself, the creator, basically has said that yeah, Twin Peaks is the inspiration for this game. It's just so obvious, right down to your main character talking about how good his coffee is.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
It's just, this game is Marmite. This is the Marmite of games. You either love it or you hate it. Now, to give this game a score, and I'm not going to really give this game a score now because like I said, I haven't played it for ages, but I loved it. I would just give it a 10 out of 10 to be, why not? Give it that one. But if you really hate it, you just give it a 1. You just hate it so much. People just don't like the graphics, people don't like anything about it. But for me, it's the music and the characters and the story. It just kind of drives it all along. All the weird bizarreness, the fact you got Chupa Chups. It's Chupa Chups. I don't think it's really Chupa Chup lollies in that, but it looks like it anyway. But you get lollipops as hell. If you don't shave or wash your character, you get bad points against you, and people don't distrust you more as an FBI agent, because that's what you're supposed to be. And you've got to just kind of solve this insane story where you meet people that literally talk in rhyme for no reason. Why? But I just love how quirky and weird this game is. I really loved Twin Peaks, and this game is Twin Peaks for me, which is fantastic. So yeah, it's just an amazing game. With the sequel coming out in July, I am super excited for that, and just any improvements they make on this game is just going to be so easy. If they fix the mechanics of shooting and driving, that will just improve it tenfold. It really would. If there's a bit more things to do in town, it'll be pretty incredible. Graphically, we already know it's improved. It's kind of got this nice cel-shadedness about it in Deadly Premonition 2, at least in the trailers that we've seen anyway. But in the original one, everything's kind of washed out in grey and looks a bit shiny, I suppose, and very pointy. You still got elbows, you know what I mean? You still got, sometimes your fists and hands aren't quite there. If you haven't played this game, I fully recommend it. I really do. Give it your time, you know, I'd say give it 5 hours, but is that really enough? I mean, yeah, I think by 5 hours, get past the hospital, get past all the kind of the weird situations that you kind of get right at the beginning, where you have the hotel owner that really loves you. You know, you get past the hospital section at least. If you're playing this game, do that. And if you don't like it by then, then fine, put the game down. But if you find yourself even just vaguely enjoying this game, continue playing it, complete the game. I promise you, it is definitely worth it. It's really good. Really enjoyable. I can't wait. Oh yeah! We're gonna talk about a wrestling game. When the cream rises to the top. Sorry about that. Talking about wrestling, so a bit of Macho Man came out. Hoping to get some Hulkamania. So there is another game that I want to talk about. It's called Retromania Wrestling. It is out sometime in July. There's no official date about it. This is just a game that looks absolutely brilliant. Really up my street. I love myself a bit of wrestling. And the fact that modern wrestling games, like the 2K games, are simulators, has put me off. The last truly great wrestling game that came out for me was WWE All-Stars, because it was arcade fun and just flipping stupid. And you got the Battlegrounds game coming out soon, whatever it is. I mean, that looks fine. I'm not sure about the character model, but I will definitely give that a go. But Retromania Wrestling is going back. I mean, it says it in the name, retro. It's going back to the 1995 arcade machines, where you can play as Hogan, you can play as Earthquake, you can play as Macho Man, but you're not playing those characters. You're playing like Blue Meanie, Legion of Doom, Stevie Richards, I believe Kenny Omega? No, Johnny Nitro was in it at one point as well. And it's a really cool looking game. Yeah, get it on your console and full arcade play of online and 4-player tags, and have a half decent story, and so I say half decent, just some kind of tournament story progression. That'd be pretty cool as well. There was some news about it. This game has completely changed from what it originally was. Now, originally this game was about YouTube personalities as wrestlers, and they were going to fight each other. And you know, you're talking about anyone to do games, anyone to do games on YouTube. Some of these famous faces you might know. Just here's a still, try and work it out. I was talking to Retrosoft Studios about this game, and unofficially, they kind of mentioned that potentially DLC will be coming for this game as well, that might harken back to the original idea, because right now they're dealing with licensed wrestlers. Every wrestler you see in this game is a professional wrestler that may have been WCW, may have been ECW, could have been Ring of Honor. You know, they are around, they've been there. You know, you've seen them on television before. Whereas the DLC obviously would harken back to the original idea of this, and they might bring in some of those YouTube personalities that either just love the game or are happy to be in it. I don't see why anyone wouldn't be happy to be in it. But that game looks really cool. the sprite style, the art style, pixel art just looks exactly like it's from 1995. You know, the big color parents, you can tell who's who. They got some cool moves going on. They got cage fights, which you didn't have in WWF Royal Rumble on the arcade machine. If I can find a still of that, I'll just find me in front of it, because of that. It was in Bristol. It was amazing. So anyway, so Retromania Wrestling is a game that I'm very, very excited about. I'm also very, very excited about Deadly Premonition 2, and I'm still excited to play more Trials of Mana as well. But that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm sorry for the rambling today. I'm sorry it wasn't really a full breakdown of the game that I said I was going to do. But the game is super old, so you know, you probably find someone else. No, don't do that. Yeah, I'm sorry it wasn't that. So guys, you know, that's the end of my video today. So have yourself a great day. You know, keep yourself safe, warm, cold, whatever it is you want to do. Find yourself some games and look into Retromania Wrestling as well. Have a look into that for me, because if you do like arcade style wrestling games, I'm looking at my cousin here. Hey Andy, how you doing? You may really, really enjoy this one. So guys, yeah, as I said at the beginning, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and have yourself a nice day, and don't forget to be nice to each other, yeah?